What's up, YouTubers, Men of Mayhem, and Crow Eaters? This is Unfortunate Son, and this week I'll be talking to you about Season 1, Episode 4, Patchover. Don't forget to subscribe to Unfortunate Son at the bottom, and feel free to drop me a line in the comments section. Patchover is a 43-minute insight into the Son's past, present, and future. We're also given a deeper understanding of motorcycle club culture, including prospecting, the role of a biker's old lady, and the common practice of one club acquiring another, otherwise known as patchover, for which the episode is named. It's also one of the first visual exposés into John Teller's book, previously mentioned in the pilot episode. The Devil's Tribe is a sister MC of the Sons in Indian Hills, Nevada, whose primary source of earning is prostitution and gambling, not uncommon in a lot of biker clubs. The tribe's president, Jerry White, served with Jax's father, JT, in Vietnam's 25th Infantry Division. Knowing they have far greater muscle in this region, the Mayans consistently extort and steal from the tribe. The suspicious ATF agent we see in last week's episode, whom also has some unknown connection to Tara, arrives in Charming claiming to be investigating the Sons. Whispering Wayne Unser relays this information to the club. Still without safe storage for the illegal guns hidden in the garage, Jax helps devise a plan to hide the guns and ostensibly keep the Mayans off the tribe's back. Tara mysteriously discovers pink rose petals on the windshield of her car. The distraught expression on her face suggests the flowers were placed there to deliberately frighten her. She promptly takes her late father's Oldsmobile Cutlass straight to Teller Morrow and asks Jax to take her home, implying she might actually be in danger and that only Jax can keep her safe. Jax has Gemma take Tara home as he heads to Nevada. We're pretty clear at this point that Gemma has zero boundaries, as she is seen here rummaging through Tara's purse, where she finds a small handgun. While doing her residency in Chicago, Tara reveals to Gemma that she had been carrying the gun for protection. Now, as an actual citizen of Chicago, I can tell you firsthand that the Windy City is not exactly the world's most concealed carry-friendly city, so she must have needed it for some specific reason. Not to mention it's revealed she lived in Old Town, quite the opposite of what Tara refers to as a rough neighborhood. On the way to Nevada, Clay calls Jax, informing him of his intention to patch over the Devil's Tribe. Jax informs Jury that the tribe can simply not stay afloat without proper protection from the Mayans. After some initial reluctance, the tribe votes to become the Nevada chapter of the Sons of Anarchy. The next day, Jax takes a hike into the Nevada desert. He finds a quote by Emma Goldman painted on a rock his late father had written about in his book. Now, for me, this particular moment encapsulates the essence of the show, with Jax struggling on whether or not he wants to take the direction that his father had been taking the club, or the direction that the club is currently heading. Jax decides that the best way to get the Mayans' attention regarding the Sons' new Nevada territory, he purposely knocks over several Mayan bikes nearby, baiting them into attacking the tribe's clubhouse. Not uncommon in this particular show, a gunfight ensues between the two rival clubs, but the Mayans definitely receive the message. All the while, ATF Agent Creepbag has been following the club the entire trip, photographing everything, including a lewd photo of Jax having sex with a woman he had met on the ride up. Now, it's pretty clear at this point this guy is not using his law enforcement position in an official capacity. He's using it to harass the club. But we also come to realize that a previous romance with Tara is the underlying reason. And it's clarified for us here as Tara is seen opening an envelope containing the aforementioned lewd photo, with the timestamp written on the top. Patchover is an action-packed, informative, and even humorous at times episode. Tara Manning, who most of you know from Orange is the New Black, plays Cherry, a Devil's Tribe hangaround. Through her, we learn more about the role of a biker's old lady. Though not an actual old lady herself, she strikes up a romance with Half-Sack. Now, just for the sake of getting this out of the way, because you'll be hearing from him more and more, Half-Sack is the club's prospect who got his nickname after having his left testicle blown off in Iraq. In accordance with motorcycle club protocol, a prospect is a newly recruited hangaround. Though given a cut bearing the club colors, he mostly carries out menial chores for the club. Prospect's role is a mouth shut, eyes open type of position. He almost never attends meetings and is not allowed to vote on club matters. As mentioned earlier, this episode definitely has its lighter, funnier moments. Here we see Tig getting bitten in the ass by a killer Doberman, but what makes the scene really funny is that Juice was instructed to drug the dog, naturally to make the dog pass out. Unbeknownst to Juice, who's not exactly the sharpest tool in the Telemaro garage, chooses to give the dog crystal meth, a narcotic that'll essentially turn any run-of-the-mill guard dog into a bloodthirsty rabid hellhound. And just the sheer delivery and acting range of Kim Coates is displayed so amazingly in this scene. And if you ever have the opportunity to meet a real screenwriter, you'll find that these guys are hilarious in real life. In spite of the subject matters they might be writing about or the stories they might be telling, it's essentially a prerequisite to have a good sense of humor. And Kurt Sutter is no different, as he uses comedy and humor throughout the series so brilliantly. Okay, so that should bring the episode to a close. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope to hear from you next week as we review Season 1, Episode 5, Giving Back.